Today, we are going to be taking a look at some pretty interesting stats that relate to Polkadot. We are, of course, referring to the recent report published by Mazzari that looks at Q1 of 2024. And we are going to be going through this report and showing you guys how Polkadot is doing from a number of different points of view. And to start the video off, I actually want to share some things that I found on Twitter. So Polkadot recently has just reached a new record in regards to staked Polkadot. This is really interesting. This kind of shows, I guess, a degree of faith in it if people are willing to actually stake it. But this was just something interesting. Also, some other interesting news that relates to Polkadot is just in. PayPal users can now purchase the following cryptocurrencies through MoonPay. They chose Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, Chainlink, Shiba Inu, and Dogecoin. So this is good news generally. It kind of unlocks more capital. As promised, guys, what I want to do is actually dive over to this report from Mazzari that looks and is titled The State of Polkadot Q1 2024. We did look at the Q4 2023 report, which was actually a great one. It showed some real growth for Polkadot, and we did very much expect that growth to continue this year and actually to really accelerate, certainly with the likes of Polkadot 2.0. There isn't really a Polkadot 2.0. There's just Jam and kind of all these things that are coming for it, which we've covered in previous videos. We will be updating you guys as we get closer towards that. But Polkadot has some insanely exciting things ahead of it. We are already on Kusama, witnessing the sale of block space, block time, which Polkadot is going to move towards. We're now doing Array with crowd loans to actually be able to build and utilize Polkadot's infrastructure. And instead, we are replacing a kind of more easy, perhaps Parathread-esque model. But without further ado, guys, let's dive into the report. And the report, as you can see, is titled State of Polkadot Q1 2024, and it's by Nicholas Garcia. So to read the key insights, Polkadot ecosystem daily active addresses reached an all-time high of 515,000, a 48% increase quarter over quarter, and a 192% increase over 6 months. Moonbeam continued to be the leading parachain, and Manta Network saw the largest increase. So we recently were lucky enough to actually interview Moonbeam, two of the sort of team of Moonbeam. Great interview, great guys, great project. But we can see this is huge, and very much as we expected, Polkadot continued to move in the right direction. On top of that, we just showed you that there is now a new all-time high in regards to actual DOT that has been committed to be staked with the validators of the network. So XCM, which is the kind of messaging service, the kind of interoperability service that's inherent to the Polkadot chain. XCM messages were up 94% Q on Q and 314% over the past 6 months. XCM messages and channels have increased every quarter for the past year. Gavin Wood shared a proposal for the future of Polkadot, introducing the Joint Accumulate Machine, also known as JAM. JAM merges features from Ethereum and Polkadot, aiming to enhance scalability and performance while maintaining resilience. Referendum 457 seeks to diversify the Polkadot treasury with USDT and USDC and allow treasury proposals denominated in stablecoins. This referendum aims to convert 3.4 million DOT using HydroDX's DCA feature. Hopefully, we are going to get HydroDX on the show very quickly. We've been on a kind of crusade in regards to interviewing people that are building on Polkadot. We don't need to read the primer. Let's dive into some key metrics, and you can see circulating market cap is up 15%. The revenue is actually down a whopping 91%. Treasury balance is up 5.3%. This is quarter over quarter, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Average daily addresses is up 12.3% quarter over quarter. Average daily extrinsics is down 91%. We had a real spike in regards to extrinsics. I think it was November 2023. So that's kind of to be expected. And nominators is down 2%. Average daily messages is up 93%. XCM channels is up 13.3%. Parachain slot auction bonds is up 49.9%. And Parachain monthly active addresses is up 47%. So generally growth across the board. Let's take a look at some financial analytics. So the price of Polkadot is up 12% quarter over quarter. Circulating market cap up 15%. Circulating supply up 2.4%. Revenue is down 91%. Revenue in DOT is down 92%. Treasury balance is also down 5.3%. And then the treasury balance in DOT also down. Annual nominal yields essentially even at 0.3%, and annual real yields is down 1.1%, and eligible supply state is up 0.3%. So it talks about market capitalization. You can see Polkadot has been growing. This is DOT ended Q1 2024 with a market capital of $12.7 billion. So it has been growing and moving in the right direction along with the underlying stats. In Q4 2023, DOT's market cap increased 111% quarter over quarter to 8.4 billion. Following this strong quarter in Q1 2024, DOT's circulating market cap further rose by 16% quarter over quarter to 12.7 billion. DOT is up 270% from the bear market low. It ended the quarter ranked 16th among all crypto protocols. DOT remains 80% off of its all-time highs that sat around 55.5 billion on November the 8th, 2021. This is interesting. So Polkadot revenue hit all-time highs in Q4 2023 due to inscriptions. So this is why we're actually down. The stats look way worse than they are. In Q4 2023, Polkadot's revenue amounted to $2.8 million, marking a significant increase of 2,888%. This is why it looks bad that we're down, but actually it's really not because there was just such a jump on the back end of last year. This surge was primarily attributed to the substantial rise in extrinsics in late December, driven by the Polkadot inscriptions. In Q1 2024, revenue metrics fell significantly on quarter-over-quarter basis. Revenue in US dollars was $241,000, a 91% decrease quarter over quarter, and revenues in DOT was 28,800. It would be more accurate to compare revenue from Q3 2023. From that benchmark, revenue was up 249%, and revenue in DOT was up 97%. Polkadot's revenue tends to be relatively lower compared to its competitors due to the network's structural design. So actually, it's kind of unfair comparing revenues to the last quarter because we had such a huge jump. But if you compare it to, let's say, Q3, we're still sort of trending up. Generally, we have network analytics, and you can see here addresses, average daily returning addresses up 8.8%, daily new addresses up 22.5%, daily active addresses is up 12.3%, and then average daily extrinsics is down massively from the last quarter, of course, where we saw that massive spike. Validators is still the same. Validator stake up 24%, nominators down 2.4%, and nominator stake up 1.8%. Relay chain active addresses were up 64% year over year in Q1 2024. It talks about Polkadot's relay chain. It talks about inscriptions, which is why we saw that massive jump in revenue for Polkadot. Polkadot had an average Nakamoto confluence of 93, which is insane, in Q1 2024. Governance activity has increased every quarter since OpenGov, so we're seeing more and more participation in that. Polkadot Parachain ecosystem overview. You can see an average daily XCM transfers stood up 88% quarter over quarter. You can see the average daily XCM others was up 213%. Average daily XCM messengers was up 93%. XCM channels up 13%. Total parachains stood still at 50. And then we have Parachain slot auction bonds up 49%. Parachain monthly active addresses up 47%. Parachain monthly transactions was down 34%. And Parachain monthly events down 13.7%. XCM shows consistent quarterly growth the past year, and you can see it is very clearly uptrending. The dark crowd loan model is expected to be phased out in 2024. We're moving on to this kind of pay-as-you-go model. It's kind of like what the Power Thread model was intended to be. You can see Polkadot ecosystem active addresses hit a new all-time high in Q1 2024, which is great news along with the amount of dot state. Ecosystem transactions have steadily increased over the past year. And a closing summary for Polkadot from Mazzari's report is Polkadot started 2024 continuing its strong performance from the previous year in Q1 2024 ecosystem activity, reached an all-time high of 514,000, a 48% increase quarter over quarter, and a 192% increase over 6 months. Moonbeam continued to lead the parachains, and Manta Network saw the largest increase. Currently, XCM Messenger set an all-time high, and we're up 94% quarter over quarter and 314% over the past 6 months. Notable advancements include the introduction of the Jam machine, the Join Accumulate machine, a trustless virtual machine merging features from Ethereum, and Polkadot Referendum 457, which seeks to diversify the Polkadot treasury with USDC and USDT and allow treasury proposals denominated in stablecoin, and Picasso integrated IBC with the ecosystem, which of course is from Composable. Looking ahead, the Polkadot community is poised to further shape Polkadot 2.0. The ongoing development of technologies like agile core time, on-demand parachains, and elastic scaling will ensure further growth and innovation. These efforts, combined with the strategic expansion and the support from the community, forecast a promising year for Polkadot. And we do indeed believe it is going to be a promising year. We've got so much coming down the pipelines. We are going to be bringing more people on to actually help us understand a lot of what's going on. It's going to be an absolutely epic year for Polkadot, and we continue to see steady growth throughout its ecosystem and the underlying chain. That's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated, so is a comment, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.